I'm back. Rodrance for Black and White Network. Well, we're going to talk about John Fetterman. As we know, somehow, some way, John Fetterman supposedly won that Pennsylvania senator race up there, beating Dr. Oz, although I'll be the first to say I was not real high on Dr. Oz. I'm not going to kid you. Couple of blind spots in that whole race for the midterms for President Trump. He self-admitted after the fact that maybe Dr. Oz wasn't the best choice. I actually liked McCormick better. But I'm not in Pennsylvania, and the whole state's full of leftists. Now, as we know, for some reason, these people elected in somebody that very clearly was not capable of doing the job. He's got mental issues. You can tell he's got physical issues. They were checking him out. He had a stroke. And now he's been in the hospital a couple times. He's still in there, suffering some kind of a mental breakdown, severe depression. And look, depression is real. I get that. But luckily for him, he's got a loving wife that is by his side. Now, there was speculation out there that his wife, in large part, got him to run. And it's kind of weird because it seems sort of similar to Dementia Joe, because I think a lot of us believed that he wasn't mentally capable of being the president of the United States. And a lot of people believe, including myself, that there's sort of a puppet master behind the scenes pulling the string, in at least in part anyway, for what Joe Biden's trying to do, Obama. So let's get to this, because John Fetterman's wife seems to have flown the coop a bit. She has left him behind. That's right. She has left him behind to go on vacation. And when I say left him behind, this bee left him in the hospital. You want to talk about repugnant. That's some repugnant shit. Senator Fetterman's wife slammed for abandoning her husband in the hospital and fleeing the country on vacation. I'm just going to throw this out there so you know, so you have some kind of an idea. I don't know if you guys know, but she swings both ways. I'm just putting that out there. I don't know if she has a hot date lined up or what. Senator John Fetterman's wife was slammed on social media Friday after she revealed the first thing she did after her husband was hospitalized with severe depression was flee the country to go on vacation. Wait, what? Okay. You Democrats do things a little differently than conservatives and Republicans do. Our spouses tend to hang around when we're actually in the hospital. Fetterman checked himself into a hospital last week for a multi-week inpatient treatment regimen after attending a physician of the United States Congress recommended that he do so. Giselle Fetterman, who lived illegally in the U.S. for more than a decade, said that she took her family to Canada for a vacation after leaving her husband in the hospital. Quote, I'm not really sure how to navigate this journey, but I am figuring it out slowly. 1 week ago today, when the news dropped, the kids were off from school and the media trucks circled our homes. I did the first thing I could think of. Packed them in the car and drive. You don't think you would have rather been up at the hospital in the room next to your husband, holding his hand, telling him everything was going to be okay? Wow. Giselle Fetterman faced intense criticism online over the move, which many says is indicative of narcissistic behavior. Former Department of Education Press Secretary Angelina Morabito tweeted, she abandoned her husband in the hospital, took her kids to another country, and wants you to believe she's inspirational. I mean, that sounds nuts. Michael Duncan of the Calvary Public Affairs firm tweeted, quote, in any good prenup, this behavior would immediately annul the marriage, adding, I still can't believe the tweet is real. This is textbook malignant narcissistic behavior. Seattle-based conservative radio host, and he's a pretty good one, Jason Rantz tweeted, Senator John Fetterman's wife brags about abandoning her husband in the hospital and fleeing the country on vacation while he battles severe depression. I mean, that's such a bad look. That's unbelievable. I got to be honest with you. If I go in the hospital, and my wife's not in the room right now, but it doesn't matter. She would be fine with what I'm about to say. If I went in the hospital and my wife decided to fly the coop and go to another country, you can best believe her ass is getting divorced when she gets back into the country and I'm getting out. You're getting the big old fat juicy D papers. Yeah, just flown at you. Just, here's some divorce papers. Bam, get you some. NBC News reporter Dasha Burns said last week that senior aides to Fetterman have indicated that, quote, it's been difficult to distinguish the stroke from depression, saying it's hard to tell at times if Fetterman is not hearing you or if he is sort of crippled by his depression and social anxiety. A senior aide tells me both the staff and Fetterman himself were taken by surprise by the severe onset of depression, she added. The aide also says this hasn't compromised his ability to do the job going forward, and he will be back to work once he has taken care of his mental health. Seriously? Seriously? This hasn't compromised his ability to do his job? Is that a joke? Wow. The New York Times reported earlier this month that Fetterman was struggling with serious mental issues and often cannot understand the words others are saying to him following the stroke that nearly killed him last year. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be real. I understand this cat's a Democrat, and I myself have made some tacky jokes about the hunchback to Notre Dame ass, okay? I have made tacky jokes about this guy. But at no point, and I banged the drum for this, I said it about Joe Biden, this man was not mentally or physically capable of being a senator of a state. It should not have happened. And shame on everybody that pressured the man to run for any kind of public office. Okay, bigger than the mayor of whatever the little old town he was in. It was cruel, for crying out loud. I mean, it was obvious the man couldn't do the job. And even worse, those leftists in Pennsylvania had the ever-living nerve to be so offended by anybody that Trump endorsed that they put into office somebody that is so blatantly mentally incapable of holding the job. Wow, okay. I mean, it's wild. And far as his wife goes, I feel sorry for the guy if his wife actually left, went to another country while he is laying in a hospital, sitting in a hospital by himself, mentally struggling right now. This can't be helping that, by the way. Okay? It sounds like maybe part of his whole issue is some female may have reached into his soul and pulled his soul out. You know? I mean, crushed his confidence, maybe? I'm just saying. It sounds like possibly she may be part of his problem. All right? Hey, John Fetterman, it looks to me like if you would maybe cut however many pounds she weighs out of your life, I have a feeling you might feel a lot better. I'm just saying. That's my gut feeling. Yeah, that soul-sucking tramp. Tell me what you think, Black and White Network supporters. Wow. Sorry, not sorry. We're going on vacation. I know you can't literally, mentally cope and function. Have a great day. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.